Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Radium Girls. So today we have a conspiracy with Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, and about all the Pizzagate and conspiracy about like the child trafficking and everything, and if they were murdered or if they, killed themselves. So I guess we'll see.
And our thoughts.
Yeah.
Our thoughts on what we think.
Yes, definitely.
Our conspiracy, our theories.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting one because, I mean, these are like from our childhood.
Yeah.
Well, not even childhood, like just growing up, really. Yeah. They've always been there.
They still jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely...
It's a little hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sad.
Chris Cornell is such a talented artist alone. And then Chester, oh gosh, I just love Linkin Park.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's see.
So, the music world suffered a very tragic loss when Soundgarden frontman Chris Cornell was found dead in Detroit in May of 2017, having apparently committed suicide by hanging in his hotel following a Fox Theater gig after taking too many anti-anxiety pills. Fans were left reeling, and friends and family expressed shock and disbelief that he would choose to end his own life with seemingly no warning. More information begins to emerge that adds further speculation about his suspicious premature death. Chris worked closely with various foundations to help and protect children from pedophilia and child trafficking. A source close to him has come forward saying that he had uncovered evidence of a cocaine and child trafficking ring in Mena, Arkansas that was tied to Bill and Hillary Clinton. According to the source, Chris had uncovered the identities of high-level elites that were part of the same satanic Illuminati occult operation as the Clintons and planned on exposing them right before he died.
About an hour before he was found deceased, Cornell had walked off stage with his bandmates at about 11:15 p.m. to the cheers of a sold-out crowd of more than 5,200 fans. Within 15 minutes, Cornell was back in room 1136 at the MGM, where bodyguard Martin Kirsten assisted in helping fix Cornell's computer and give him 2 doses of anti-anxiety medicine, according to the official police report. Still on a rush of adrenaline pumping through his veins from performing at a show not even 20 minutes ago, Chris was still full of life. At around 11:35 p.m., Cornell got on the phone with his wife. She stated he sounded groggy and kept saying, "I am just tired," and hung up the phone. We next know Vicky called the bodyguard at 12:15 a.m. and asked him to check on her husband, who was staying 2 doors down from him. The bodyguard went to the room and found the door locked. Kirsten kicked the door open, only to find a second door leading to the bedroom suite was also latched. He kicked that door open too and found Cornell laying on the bathroom floor with blood spatter coming from his mouth and an exercise band around his neck. Chris sadly passed away on May 17, 2017 at 52 years old.
It's so sad.
It is very sad.
Yep. There are some fans of Cornell who do not buy the autopsy ruling that he committed suicide. Instead, some fans claim the death scene photos from his hotel room prove he was murdered. I think he was definitely murdered because, like, the blood, for one, unless he hurt himself somehow, how did he spew blood from just being strangled, from being hung? I think maybe he got beat up first, and then was ultimately strangled. Like, the door, the picture of the door where it's, like, indented in, that to me shows a sign of a struggle. And the hair on it, because if you're going to hang yourself, I don't know. I mean, I guess you would struggle, but if you have thoughts about it and I don't know, I just feel like, why wouldn't you just open the door and, like, stand up? I just don't know that you would struggle, like, enough to, if you are in that mindset of doing that.
Yeah. But on the other hand, too, maybe he did it, and then when he kicked the door down, it made him fall and, like, maybe break his nose or something. Because whenever he went in there, he was on the floor. So I don't know.
But if it was a splatter, meaning that he was still...
Maybe it splattered out of his nose. I don't know.
I don't know. That's just sus.
It is, because like he was just talking to his wife and stuff. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling groggy.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Cornell was apparently about to expose a child sex ring that involved A-list Hollywood stars and elite politicians. That's the alleged reason why he was murdered, some claim. The blog, The Metal Den, made it their mission to prove Chris's death was a homicide, even though the police and the Detroit medical examiner said there was no signs of foul play. Because they were paid off. Still, the Metal Den used the death scene photos as proof that Chris was killed. The signs of homicidal ligature strangulation are now totally irrefutable, the blog wrote. In addition to the bloodstains, 3 prescription pill bottles were found in Chris's hotel room. Prednisone, which is an anti-inflammatory, omeprazole is an antacid, and lorazepam, which is for anti-anxiety. So we got anti-inflammatories that's supposed to make the swellings go down, kind of like Tylenol. You got an antacid.
Yeah.
Anti-anxiety. So I get that kind of combination, the lorazepam, making him groggy.
Yeah. And you just did a show, so I mean, you're probably tired.
Yeah.
Cornell's wife, Vicky, didn't buy the claim that her husband was murdered. Instead, she argued that abusing prescription pills made the singer take his own life. He didn't want to die, she told People magazine June 28th. If he was of sound mind, I know he wouldn't have done this. My Chris was happy, loving, caring, and warm, Vicky explained. This was not a depressed man. It wasn't like I missed that. What I missed were the signs of addiction. But what if Cornell didn't commit suicide? What if he was actually murdered because he was on the verge of uncovering Pizzagate, the widely discredited conspiracy theory that alleges Washington, D.C. pizza parlor Comet Ping Pong is actually a front for a pedophile sex ring?
Yeah. I don't think he committed suicide.
It's so hard.
It was staged. Yeah. That's my opinion. It's just all too... I don't know. Although the Detroit News notes that Washington police say that Pizzagate is fictitious, they then go ahead and hand the floor over to one theorist named Cody, a blogger for the Detroit News. The premise of Cody's theory, based on an alleged unnamed source close to Cornell, goes like this. Cornell, who along with his wife created the Chris and Vicky Cornell Foundation for Neglected Children, was killed because he was about to expose the identities of Pizzagate pedophiles named in a black book. Cody points to gaps in the official account of the timeline of Cornell's death, along with the unverified Detroit police scanner audio he obtained that mentions a head wound.
Well, there was blood.
There was blood. He was smacked in the back of the head and then strangled to death.
With the exercise band. We didn't even mention that.
Oh, yeah, it was, an exercise band. That had hair on it.
Y'all should look up the pictures. I don't know if we should put them in, but maybe not the bad ones or something.
Yeah, maybe just like a picture of the band, not with blood in it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can also, whenever I said that earlier about the door, like it hanging over the door and making that impression in the door, you can put that one up.
Yeah, that's true.
The story further alleges that a pedophile ring was out to murder both Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington, had apparently been combating child pornography and pedophilia, and therefore crossed in the path of a vicious group. That explains the extremely similar circumstances in which both killed themselves, hanging in a bathroom by themselves. Especially since both were close friends and likely to be coordinating on a justice project.
I mean, that's believable.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially all those government people. We're gonna get put on a list. Anything happens. From TMZ.com, Chester was very close with Chris Cornell, who himself committed suicide by hanging in May. Today would have been Cornell's 53rd birthday. Chester wrote an open letter to Chris on the day of Chris's suicide. Bennington did suffer from an abusive past, depression, and drug problems. Still, fans and family expressed shock that he would simply kill himself. Just like the sudden suicide of Chris Cornell, none of this really adds up. Both were older, mature superstars past their high-intensity primes. Both had families, seemed better adjusted, and were doing what they loved. So true.
Mm-hmm.
Chester Bennington was found hanged in the upstairs bedroom of the new house he had purchased in Palos Verdes Estates just a few months before. So that was like his new house.
Mm-hmm.
Authorities found a prescription bottle of Zolpidem generic Ambien on Chester's dresser. Damn. Oops. I didn't really say that, but man, Ambien goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a pint glass of Corona, which was less than half full, and an empty bottle of Stella Artois.
He had good taste. I like Stella Artois.
Isn't that a beer? I don't even know.
It's beer, yeah.
Okay.
It's a domestic beer, kind of like Dos Equis. And Corona.
That means nothing to me.
It's you've
beer.
not had Corona or Dos Equis?
I've tried those, yeah. I think
It's like
sip.
Oh, I don't know how to explain
I'm
it.
not a beer person,
I am.
obviously. But yeah, that's sad.
It is so sad. He just bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way I could see that being a suicide by all of that information is that because he bought that house, he didn't want to do it in his other house where his wife can,
But then I don't know. I feel like if I was her, I'd have to move again. But I don't know. I mean, the story gets a little crazier. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I love Chester.
I know.
Police found pieces of fingernail underneath his iPhone and on a table in the bedroom. That's sus. Chester's wife, Talinda, told cops he would do that when he was anxious. He was like, bite his nails.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I bite my nails too, but, well, I did. It's new year, new me. But, I don't know. Under his iPhone?
Like maybe he set it on the dresser and then like placed his phone on it. I don't know.
It's weird.
It is a little weird.
She said Chester had a history of depression and previous suicide attempts, including one in 2006 when he left the house with a gun after drinking heavily. Talinda added Chester was currently in an outpatient treatment program. A month before his death, Chester reportedly told his friends he'd been sober for 6 months. The report says he was found with a black Hugo Boss leather belt around his neck. That sounds familiar. Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it belt a belt?
Yeah, I believe it so. Yeah.
He still had the boarding pass in his pocket from the flight he'd taken from Phoenix the day before his death. Chester committed suicide on Thursday, July 20th, 2017, which would have been Chris's 53rd birthday. So he killed himself on Chris's birthday.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly killed himself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it just, I cried when I heard about Chester.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was really sad when Chris passed away, but Chester, like...
I know. Like, they just released, like, an album, too. And I liked it. Like, a lot of people were hating on it, but
yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. I heard it on the radio on my way to work, and I started crying.
Aww.
And I was like, I can't do massage today. I'm sorry.
Aww.
Anyways, but yeah, I think it's like, it can't be a bittersweet thing for him to kill himself on his best friend's birthday. That's just saying that, hey, we, whoever else was conspiring with Chris and Chester, we see you, and this will happen to you. I think that's why, it was on his birthday. I think they got to Chris first, and then killed Chester on his birthday because, to make that connection that we know what you're doing, you're conspiring to put this information out.
Yeah.
That's my theory, though.
Yeah, because, like, why would you... Like, I understand they were friends and stuff, but why
Like,
would
really
you...
close friends. They were really close.
Yeah, but why'd you kill yourself on your friend's birthday? I don't think I would do that.
No. I don't know. Chris, I just hope that you were there to welcome Chester on your birthday and have a drink together. And it's just so sad.
It is.
So Chester was scheduled to attend a photo shoot with his Lincoln Park bandmates a few hours after he was found by a housekeeper with a belt around his neck. The band was also planning to go on tour the following week. And this part, why would you had a photo shoot later that
plans.
day? Yeah. Like, I feel like you would do it after, like, kind of like how it happened with Chris. It was after a concert. You would get that done and then do it. Make your one last hurrah for it. I don't know. It's just so sad.
It is. It makes me think of whenever, like, if you have missing people and if they're like making plans for the future, you can tell if they were like purposely trying to go missing or if someone like kidnapped them. That's what that kind of reminds me of.
So how would you? So the missing people purposely making, like, how would it be if?
Like, if they were making plans, like, oh, next week I'm gonna get my hair cut or something like that, and then they go missing. It's not like, you can't be like the police.
Roll it as like, oh, they ran away. And
Yeah, they're like, no, they made plans. We're
supposed to go to
a concert or something.
Yeah, bought tickets to a concert.
Yeah.
Or, had movie tickets the next day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or had an appointment for something. Yeah.
Well, that's what it reminds me of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he had plans.
Yeah.
So that's sketchy too.
Mm-hmm.
According to family members, Bennington had returned the night before from Arizona, where he and his family were vacationing. The family maid, who was present when Bennington arrived home at approximately 10:30 p.m., told Officer Belda she did not notice anything unusual about his behavior. However, according to Bennington's mother, Susan, who arrived later that day, on the 20th, the housekeeper absolutely did witness unusual behavior from Bennington and told her that she saw Chester crawling through the dog door with a 7-Eleven bag. What? It is unknown why that information did not make it to the incident report. It is also unknown why there is one narrative portrayed by the housekeeper in the incident reports and a completely different narrative given to Chester's mother, sister, and father.
So it's just, if this housekeeper really did see Chester crawling through this dog door with a 7-Eleven bag, my first thought is, did Chester lose his house key or something and he get locked out and she like refused to open the door for him for some reason because she's in on it? And
maybe the house is so big she didn't hear him.
Well, but she saw him crawling through it.
Oh, that's true.
Like, why wouldn't she stop him and say, no, I'll open the door for you? Why wouldn't she stop him anyways? So maybe he I don't know.
Maybe he does weird stuff and she's just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've tried to crawl through a dog door when I was small enough.
I've tried to. And
Chester was small.
Yeah,
he wasn't
he
like
was small.
A big guy.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. That's weird. Because if she said that, why did she tell the police that? No, nothing weird happened.
Yeah.
Maybe Chester did do that all the time and it really wasn't weird.
True. That is true.
I don't know.
But it gets deeper.
Oh. Let's keep going. So when Chester's mother and sister arrived at the residence later that day, not long after the coroner removed his body, they noticed the carpets were very wet with towels strategically placed throughout the home. The housekeeper revealed to them that the family dog had allegedly killed 2 other family pets, a chicken and a turtle, sometime that morning. Okay. The housekeeper told Chester's mom and sister that there was blood throughout the house, all over the living room, and leading upstairs to the bedroom, where Chester was found when she arrived at approximately 8:30 a.m. Okay, hold up. So the dog just killed the chicken and a turtle? Like, and the ground, the carpets are wet.
Like, I don't know if the dog, like, drugged the chicken and the turtle inside. Where'd he get the turtle?
Up the stairs? Why would the dog drive? That doesn't make sense. Why would... Yeah, and how to get the turtle? Like, is it a... I need to know if this was some sort... Because I own a turtle, okay? I've got a water turtle, and he's up in his tank, and he's in the tank. The dogs can't get it. And if... Like, what?
Yeah.
If they're pets, the chicken... Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
But the turtle...
Yeah.
Dogs don't really mess with stuff that they can't, like...
Yeah.
They don't mess with turtles.
Yeah.
That's just weird. And then the blood throughout the house, all over the living room and leading up the stairs, like, I just feel like someone as big as Chester Bennington would not have a dog that aggressive. Like, they would have had, I feel like he would have had the dog sent through training or, was well loved and didn't feel the need to be aggressive enough to go after a chicken like that, especially if it's a pet.
But even, like, why on this day did this dog decide to kill a chicken and a turtle with blood everywhere?
Exactly. So, I don't know. It's just weird that if that was what was said, why wasn't forensics ran on... Because if it was just water that they cleaned up the blood with, why didn't they DNA test where the supposed blood was? And also the water part, like, the carpets being very wet.
A lot of it doesn't make sense. This housekeeper knows a lot.
I think she knows more than what, I don't know. Maybe she got paid off or something. But that's just really weird.
It is weird. That whole scene.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Someone's like, okay, who paid you to say that?
Right? Yeah.
And where was the animal? Where was the dog didn't just eat the whole ass chicken. Definitely didn't eat a whole ass turtle and the whole shell. So did the housekeeper bury him? Did the housekeeper take care of that? Surely she didn't take care of all of that. Because it said that she arrived at 8:30. And yes, they got there later that day, but, like, how long did it take her? She had to have spent... She got there at 8:30, and there was blood all over the house. How long did it take her to realize that Chester was up there? Not long, because she was in on it. I just can't with this. I can't. Let's keep going.
All right. With the history of stalker incidents requiring extensive security since Lincoln Park reached global popularity more than 2 decades before, Chester's mother and sister inquired about security camera footage. There were cameras visible on the premises, and Chester's mother and sister were hoping to get information and clarity from the footage of the events that transpired up until Chester's death.
Yeah, let's see where this dog dragged that chicken and turtle.
Right? Mm-hmm. The answer they received about the security camera was that they weren't functioning and they didn't have time to set them up.
You had a few months. You had a couple months. A big rock star like Chester moves into a house and you have a couple months. No.
Especially with stalkers. You know,
exactly.
Stalkers.
The history of, this is so...
Of course they weren't functioning. They're never functioning when you need them to.
Exactly. Like McDonald's ice cream machine.
That's fair. So Bennington confided in his sister a few weeks before his death that he was taking his prescribed medication and doing well. So, fishy. He was also taking his physical health seriously. His rigorous fitness routine included weight training, cardio, among other activities. The results of his hard work and dedication to improving his life was having a noticeably positive effect on all aspects of his life. And for that to happen, he was talking to his sister.
Yeah.
And he's doing well. He's got his physical health on track.
Nope. He did not kill himself. So it's like, very sus, because with Chris, I feel like the reason that why we cannot find like any photos, or not like good photos about his scene like we were able to with Chris's, is that I think because what does Ambien do? It's like a sleep pill, or it calms you?
It helps you sleep, and you're just like out of it.
Okay, so I think that maybe
he was drugged, like
No, I don't think he. I think they plan. Like, I think what happened was they planned for him to. Like, they planned around the time that he would take his medication. Maybe he didn't, and he put up a fight. You know, like maybe there was a struggle, and that's why we don't have any pictures. Is because there's probably blood everywhere.
Yeah,
and his, you know, they couldn't. They probably couldn't stage it like as well as they did Chris's, because Chris was on the medication and more groggy, like maybe because he was had that show, so he was all amped up, and now he wants to go to sleep, so he takes that medication to go to sleep. Well, Chester, you know, he's not. What's he doing?
He could have been a little out of it too. With, I don't know if he was drinking. They said there was like beers.
A half pint, an empty Stella, and a half of Corona.
But after not drinking after a while, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe just a
or
setup.
was that staged?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also maybe there's no pictures because it was clean. The housekeeper cleaned it, didn't she? It was wet.
Well, it said she cleaned, like, she walked in and there was blood everywhere, and leading up the stairs leading up to where she found him. So it didn't say that she cleaned. Hopefully she wouldn't be stupid enough to admit she cleaned the bathroom up. Wasn't he in the bathroom?
Yeah, I thought she just cleaned the blood throughout the house, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, well, yeah, that's probably why we don't have pictures about
very
inside.
Wet. Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
like
not
the blood.
crime scene.
But it's still blood.
But it's not there because she cleaned it up.
Yeah,
she's part of it.
You can't see it because it's not there no more. She cleaned it.
The crime scene.
I feel like she should be questioned for that. You'd never clean up a crime scene.
Mm-mm.
I don't care if you think it's chickens.
That's why I don't know that about she probably should have been questioned or put on a polygraph or something, but why didn't they use forensics? It's because they're working for them. They're working for the elites and crap to hide it, to cover it up.
You got your dead boss there. Why are you cleaning up blood on the floor?
Well, she didn't know yet.
Oh, she didn't know
apparently, because she came in, she got there at like 8:30, and the house was blood everywhere.
But why would you still clean that?
Why wouldn't you run and make sure that your boss is okay?
Yeah.
Like, if you think that he might be there.
If there's blood on the floor, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like,
I'd call the police probably. Yeah. That'd probably be the first thing I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole situation with her is definitely...
And why would you... And if he was dead, why are you cleaning it? Or he wasn't... She didn't discover him yet. But,
no.
But still, why are you cleaning it?
But still, why... Exactly. Why didn't you call 911?
Yeah.
Call Chester, make sure he's okay. If you can't get a hold of him, call his wife.
Yeah.
His wife will say, no, he should be at home. Or if you can't get his wife, call mother or something.
Well, when did she see him crawling through the doggy door?
That was the night before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the night before. So the next morning,
if you knew he was there and there's blood all over the place, why would you, the first thing you do, go clean it up?
Unless she, like, the only theory that I can think of is that
Chester.
She was like, yeah, that Chester.
That Chester at it again.
Oh, that Chester's at it again. Let me clean up after him. That would be the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
But that's probably not what happened. She probably definitely cleaned it up. Or tried.
Was a chicken turtle dead somewhere.
But why would you even admit to that? I guess because the carpet was wet.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you just say, like, oh, I was mopping the floors and I spilled it all over the carpet?
Yeah. Was it stained? I don't know. It didn't say.
No, it didn't say it was stained. That is weird because I don't know. This whole thing's just crazy.
It is. All over the living room and leading upstairs to the bedroom where he was. That's just weird.
It's so weird. So weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And your cameras just happen to not be working.
Exactly that. Exactly.
Always.
Exactly. Like, you've seen enough crime shows. You know, if the cameras are not working, some shit went down.
Yes, for real. Always.
Man. So the first conspiracy out there is that it says that they worked on a child sex trafficking documentary called The Silent Children and did not take their own lives, as was widely reported, but were likely killed, like we've been saying. The post, shared thousands of times, show a collage of pictures of Avicii, Chester, and Chris Cornell, and Anthony Bourdain. One post reads, "These 4 men pictured below were working on a documentary called The Silent Children. The project, initially founded by Leroy Moore, who was one of the founding members of Dave Matthews Band, and his fiancée, Lisa Bean, was canceled after Chris's death. The documentary was about the child sex human trafficking industry and would have exposed high-profile people for terrible crimes against children. All 4 men were found dead by suicide. Avicii passed away April 20th, 2018, almost a year exactly to when Chris passed away. Anthony Bourdain passed away June 8th, 2018, almost a year to the date when Chester passed away. Anthony was found dead by hanging as well. Avicii, I think his was ruled as just an overdose. Still, my thought on that part, why his may not have been like a hanging, is because of location. He was a Swedish DJ, I want to say. Know. I think he was Swedish. Yeah. So he was a Swedish DJ. So my thought was, like, the U.S., this is a way they got somebody over here in Sweden and, you know, maybe hired somebody, and that's just...
Where'd he die at? In Sweden or here?
Oh, I don't know. Oh.
So, yeah, not here.
Yeah.
So, location.
But, yeah, so that's why that was my thought on why Avicii was different, but still.
It's true.
He was, you know, supposedly working on this with them, and he was young. The Silent Children was a real documentary film project set up to expose the truths of child sexploitation and human trafficking. So I do want to jump back just a second to this Leroy Moore, who was one of the founding members of Dave Matthews Band. So Dave Matthews Band, he was a saxophonist, and he passed away 2008, I believe. So 9 years before Chris and Chester, and 10 years before Avicii and Anthony. His death was like a complete accident and not related at all. But I still thought it was just strange that, you know, they're all in the music industry. And he founded this project, yet he passed away. So his death, he was riding an ATV on his land that I'm sure he's ridden many times to go check a fence. And there was like a grass covered ditch that he missed, and he hit it. And the ATV partially landed on him, and it broke some ribs. It punctured a lung. He got seriously injured from it. So he went to the emergency room. You know, they fixed him up a little bit. A month later, he went back. And I think the second time that he went back to the hospital, his wife or whatever found him. His lips were turning blue. So he was like losing oxygen. And so they took him to the hospital that second time, and he didn't make it through that. So it's just weird to me. It's like, was it a grass field? Like, was it really a ditch that he hit? Or was it something else planted there to make him have an ATV accident that bad? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. It's just conspiracy.
It is. I also read that, that Lisa Bean, like, denies that they were all involved with this documentary and stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She said, like, they were never a part of it and stuff. So
she wants to stay alive. She's like,
True.
You killed my husband. You killed these 4 men. I was not a part of that.
She's like, hell
no. Because she was his fiance. Maybe she didn't. I mean, well, but it said that they were founded by both of them.
And she canceled it after Cornell's death.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, no. That's one too many.
Yeah. So that's the first conspiracy.
Ooh, it just gets crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so John Podesta. You may remember hearing about him and his emails during the 2016 presidential election, during which he served as Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman. In the time leading up to the election, WikiLeaks released thousands of emails from Podesta's account that exposed everything going on behind the scenes of the Clinton campaign and may well be what cost them the election. When internet sleuths got a hold of the emails, they noticed something sinister going on. Podesta's emails seemed to contain some sort of strange code, including really weird mentions of food. Conspiracy theorists allege that the emails were actually referring to some sort of government-based child sex trafficking ring, with each food acting as a code name for something else, considering 1. Who orders $65,000 worth of pizza and hot dogs, and 2. The White House caters all of its own events. The scandal became known as Pizzagate.
Yeah. So the subject of the email says, get ready for Chicago Hot Dog Friday. And it's in quotes. So, I don't know. Which, I mean, I guess, it's a day. You label your days. Just,
I don't know if I would do quotes.
I don't know if I would do either. But the email reads, I think Obama spent about $65,000 of the taxpayers' money flying in pizza/dogs from Chicago for a private party at the White House not long ago. Assume we are using the same channels? What the heck is that supposed to mean?
What channels? What channels are we talking about?
How many people are you, okay, hold on. Let me just think of something. That's 2,166.
Who can make that much?
167 pizzas.
Who can make that much pizzas?
They're ordering, they have to be ordering from different places, for one, if they're going to do that. Who orders that many pizzas? That's if we spend half of the $65,000.
This is flying in, too. So maybe, what does that, is it on a private jet? Is that most of that money going on a private jet?
Hold on, let's see how much is this. Maybe, okay, so if we were to go, how much is a large Chicago pizza from Chicago? $26?
But still a lot of pizzas.
Okay, so we've got 32,500 divided by $28. That's 1,161 pizzas for half. So a hot dog is what, $3? We'll say $6 at Chicago. Right?
Probably. I don't know.
That's 5,416 hot dogs. So if we are just strictly buying that, that's a lot. So 1,100 pizzas, 5,400 hot dogs. Now, if we take the flights into consideration, there's no way you're getting that much food on a flight. And
what if they put it all on a private jet? That's where all the money went, to private jet for the pizza and hot dogs.
But I mean, so we'll take what? Well, I'm sure it's probably not that much, because they're probably paying for is fuel. I doubt they're paying for anybody, maybe one person to ride.
It was on the Air Force One.
So we'll take $5,000 out and do that for the private jet.
And this is Obama they're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, not to fly. Okay, that's just for to fly in pizza and dogs.
Yeah, that's just to fly them in.
It's got to be some special damn.
If this is really about the legit food and dogs, there ain't no flipping way. That's just to fly there. That's no. That's a lot. 5,400, 1,100.
I don't even think the White House can fit that many people in there to eat that much.
There's no way.
No. Sketchy.
Let's see. So you have a large pizza. I'm still on this. So if you have a large pizza, it has what, 8 slices?
Yeah.
So it feeds 4 people. So if you have 1,160 divided by, that's 290 people. Well, I guess
But that's only pizza.
No, it's just no.
I don't
know. They're ordering kids. They're flying the kids.
You want to read the code names?
Oh yeah. So there's code names for how they ordered through email or how they communicated.
The channels, probably.
Yeah. So, for a boy, hot dog. So, these hot dogs that they're ordering are that many boys.
Yeah.
Then we've got pizza is for a girl. Cheese is for a little girl. Pasta is for a little boy. So, hot dog, boy. Pizza, girl. Cheese, little girl. And pasta, little boy.
Mm-hmm. They ordered hot dogs and pizza.
So boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Flew them in from Chicago. And we have some more.
Did it say it was from Chicago? Or did it just say Chicago hot dog?
From Chicago.
Oh, from Chicago.
Mm-hmm. So it's like they spent $65,000 on the flight to transport it there.
Yeah.
That's what it reads, is that was the flight alone.
How far is Chicago to the White House?
To D.C.?
Yeah. We're about to solve this mystery. Or we're going to get killed.
I don't think it's that far. I mean, it's far enough.
I mean, all the pizza and hot dogs are going to be cold.
That too. 11-hour. Wait. Well, that's a drive.
2-hour flight.
Oh, I see.
Isn't that all that pizza and hot dogs going to be cold and soggy?
It's not a hot dog.
It don't make no sense. Mm-hmm.
And there's some other codes that they use.
So, for a male prostitute, it's ice cream. For a person of color, it's walnut or nuts. For a seaman, it's map. And for orgy, it's sauce. So, yeah. They got code names over here.
Mm-hmm. It's just sickening.
It is.
So, what does this have to do with Chester Bennington? Rumors have circulated that Podesta is actually Bennington's biological father. Whether you believe the rumors or not, it's hard to deny just how strikingly similar the two men look. Yep. We'll insert picture.
Yeah.
Very, very similar. In 2014, Linkin Park band member Mike Shinoda wrote a piece for Huffington Post detailing his band's nonprofit called Music for Relief. After the devastating 2010 earthquake hit in Haiti, the charity started a sustainable recycling program to help the country, but began running out of money. The Clinton Foundation came to the rescue, offering the foundation a grant so they could finish their work. Yeah, you heard me. The Clinton Foundation. Yep. Those same Clintons that are so close to John Podesta gave a grant to the band in which Podesta's rumored son was the frontman of.
Mm-hmm. And this is also, I forget, I didn't put it in, but where that one lady got caught trying to like smuggle all those little Haitian kids.
Oh, yeah.
She was a part of that too. So while Laura Silsby awaited trial, the press brought to light several facts that raised serious suspicions about her intent to traffic or smuggle the children as part of the Gray adoption scheme. Silsby organized a mission to gather 100 orphans from the streets of Haiti and take them to a shelter in the Dominican Republic. The children would be housed in a leased hotel because Silsby purported charity did not yet manage an orphanage or any property in the Dominican Republic. She had previously attempted to take different groups of 40 children across the border. She got caught. 3 days later, she attempted to cross over with a second group of 33 children, again without proper documentation. So she was over there doing sketchy stuff.
This is saying that Huma Abedin was constantly forwarding Hillary articles on this woman's organization. And one of the first things Hillary did when she took over the scene in Haiti was to get Laura off the hook.
It's quite a coincidence that Podesta would be so closely connected to Bennington in looks and financial support, not to mention the two separate instances of pedophilia. Pizzagate has been debunked by none other than conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who was one of the key figures in originally spreading it.
So, So you're going to spread it and then debunk it? They got to you, it sounds like.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Jones apologized and retracted the claim after a man intent on rescuing children went to the pizzeria with a rifle in December 2016 and opened fire inside. That's just an excuse.
I know. You got blamed for this guy going on a rampage in this pizzeria.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is your way of...
Like an easy out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Close friends of Cornell say that he was shown a black book that included the name of one of his professional associates. After setting up his foundation and investigating further, Cornell was close to exposing a network of pedophiles working within the entertainment industry, a dangerous job that he considered his duty. But his friends believe he was taken out before he finished the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I just feel like they don't get exposed that much because they get taken out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Crazy.
That's why it's so important that we spread this, because, you know, the more people talking about it, they can't take everybody out.
They can try.
They can try. Shortly after Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested on July 2nd, 2020, internet sleuths on Reddit pointed out an eerie figure in the music video for Linkin Park's song Crawling, like one of my favorites. Around the 57 to 59 second mark, one Redditor posted, "You see an older woman depicted that looks exactly like Ghislaine Maxwell and shares the same haircut and look she had in the late 90s. The video is about a young woman being abused, and the song is likely about the lead singer, Chester, and his own abuse growing up. There's many other odd things about Linkin Park, including one of their logos that resembles a broken, well-known pedophile symbol, conspiracies surrounding his childhood abuse, suicide, and others," the post continues to explain. "There's no denying there's a link to Linkin Park's lyrics and songs to the abuse Bennington experienced as a child. Is it possible they depicted Ghislaine Maxwell all the way back in 2001? Considering most of the charges against Maxwell date back to the 90s, it's possible they were tipping their hat to her in the music video as some kind of weird pedophile virtue signaling, or perhaps calling her out." It does look very similar to her.
It does.
Like, very similar.
Probably calling her out.
Mm-hmm.
In a development that could be referred to as ironic, coincidental, or poetic justice, depending on your perspective and what you choose to believe, Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney complained that the disgraced socialite was forced to crawl on her hands and knees while wearing leg shackles to get into a prison van and attended a pre-trial hearing in early November 2021.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely some sort of poetic justice, because the lyrics to Crawling is "Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Fears how I fall, confusing what is real." So I'm sure she was probably scared because she had to crawl. Because, you know, people were probably like trying to throw shit at her or shoot her or something. You know, stuff like that. And then
You deserve to crawl, bitch.
There was another part of the lyrics I was trying to remember that, you know, the poetic justice of it all. It's just like, discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting against his will. I stand beside my own reflection. It's just like, you get what you deserve. Like, you did. Oh. Yeah.
And her and Jeffrey Epstein are a completely whole different story, but that maybe we'll get into one day.
Yeah.
But man, her being in this. But she was found guilty on 5 federal charges: sex trafficking of a minor, transporting a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, and 3 related counts of conspiracy. She was acquitted on the charge of enticing a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. Maxwell now faces up to 65 years in prison. Judge Allison Nathan did not set a sentencing date.
So, in short, conspiracy theorists think Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell knew about the alleged pedophile ring and were murdered for planning to come forward.
Yeah. I mean,
so sad.
The single's deep, deep, deep. I mean, we can't put it all in one episode because it just keeps going.
Yeah, it really does. It does kind of just barely dip your toe in.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just so crazy. They taking out big people too. So you're a believer?
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no way. Just with it's just all too suspicious.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially compared to, like, I guess other people's. It just, yeah, suspicious. It's a good word for it.
It is. Very suspicious. I don't know. The most suspicious thing about Chris's death to me is, like, the blood splatter, I want to say. Because what if... I don't know. And then, yeah, I guess maybe with the bodyguard kicked the door open, maybe he was still fresh enough to where it did just, like, one last blow, and it, you know, he spit it out as he fell. Or hit, but no, it just,
yeah,
that makes me think that he was,
I don't know.
Yeah, because that makes me think that maybe he was still alive when the bodyguard got there in order to, like, spew it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't think he was. I think he said he was, I think he tried to give him, like, CPR.
Oh, I don't know.
And then he called, like, other medical people, and they did CPR, but he was just gone.
Hopefully he called 911.
Well, I think he called...
other medical people.
No, I think he called...
like somebody that was there?
They worked at the hotel, like a medical person at the hotel or something.
Yeah.
And I think she tried to give him CPR, and they just called it or whatever. But, I don't
suspicious. And the most suspicious thing about Chet... Well, his whole thing is suspicious. Yeah. The whole thing. That housekeeper...
And I feel like it'd be so easy to, like, stage someone hanging themselves after you kill them or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's definitely, like, I think it's definitely easy to stage that, because especially when you know somebody either in your household or that person takes medication that could knock them out, because you could always drug them first and make them all groggy or whatever, and then set them up so it looks like they hung themselves.
Yeah, because...
I mean...
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think that this is, you know...
Yeah, what do you
believe in the conspiracy?
Yeah. Or
do you think that they tragically took their own lives, you know?
Yeah.
Did you cry? Did you cry when they passed away? I definitely cried when Chester passed away. Like, I will not forget that. It was so sad. Such a sad day. I'm pretty sure I called my sister or texted her my oldest sister.
Yeah.
And I have no doubts that we chatted that day. Chris was very, very sad too. I just didn't connect with his music quite as deep as I did with Chester's.
Yeah.
Oh, such great, talented artists just taken too soon.
Yeah. And we know Chester was going through stuff all the time. And if they did take their own lives, that's sad.
Yeah. But they're at peace. They're okay. So yeah, let us know down below. Send us a message, comment on our Facebook. You know, we post this, goes to our Facebook every time that we upload. So there's always this episode or whatever episode we're on, or even previous ones. You know, leave a comment down there and let us know what you thought about it. And yeah, if you liked the conspiracy side of our podcast, you know, let us know that too. Would you like to hear more? We got some more coming. Definitely, we'll probably do some more music industry ones. I really want to do one over, like, the white lighter theory. You know, like Kurt Cobain and the white lighter and the 23, and I think it's 23. Oh yeah, that's the one. We're definitely doing that one. But yeah, so today's question, we're gonna stick with the music theme here, and I already know that she loves this band. So, let's get a little deeper. Who was your favorite Spice Girl?
So, when I was younger, I feel like it's everybody. It's this baby Spice.
Oh, duh.
Duh. She was so cute. But man, I used to love the Spice Girls. Let me tell you a little embarrassing story.
Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, I'm curious. Okay, yeah, let's go.
So, I love the Spice Girls so much that I wrote them a letter, okay, and like saying how much I love them
Aw.
when I was a little kid. And I just folded the piece of paper and I put it in the mailbox.
Oh.
So my dad comes in the next day laughing and like reading my freaking letter out loud. And I just died inside.
Oh.
Because I was little.
Do you remember what it said?
I think I was just saying like how much I love them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't remember. I wish he would have kept it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, that was supposed to go to them. They weren't supposed to know because I didn't tell nobody. I just like stuck it in the mailbox. I bet the postman was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. We're just gonna leave this right here. Oh my God, that is so awesome. That's great. So Baby Spice.
Baby Spice.
But really all of them?
Oh, yeah, basically. I love the movie too. That shit was fun.
Oh my God, yes. I love the movie.
I haven't seen it so long.
I watched it probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Does it hold up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it again.
Spice Girls.
Girl.
Of course.
There is some weird stuff in there.
The alien scene might not hold up, but let's just get past that. The in-between, the parts where they're singing and like doing that stuff, that holds up. But the in-between story...
yeah. They got a little wild there.
It's a little rough, but it's good. I love it.
What was yours?
Baby Spice was my favorite, but I also really love Sporty.
Sporty?
Like, I was very torn
she was
because...
fun.
Yeah, so Baby Spice because I had blonde hair and, you know, I loved suckers and stuffed animals. You know, she always had a little sucker in her little teddies or whatever. So I always wanted to look like her.
Yeah.
But her personality, I wanted to be sporty. Because I was also, way back then, like... never could get not flexible enough, but gymnastics. And I always pictured Sporty to be like the gymnastics type. And so I was very torn between the two. But I have a little story too for it. But it's not, I guess not embarrassing, but definitely upsetting for a child.
Oh no.
Did you ever have any of the Barbie dolls?
I don't think so.
Oh, me neither.
We were lucky enough.
Me neither. It's not lucky enough. So... my mom, there's 6 of us girls, okay, so, she had work, when she was working or whatever, after school, we'd go over to, like, the town daycare, which was it was one of my mom, everybody knows everybody from that town, but one of her friends, I guess, she had the daycare at her house, and, like, the separate room that was off the house, it was still connected, but, like, off of the house. And so, because my mom was friends with her, of course, you become friends with their kids. And her daughter was, I think she's a year younger than me, the grade below me. And so we were friends hanging out, and she let me go into their actual house with her and took me to her room to play with her away from all the other kids. And girl, she had all 5 Spice Girls in one outfit, and then like Baby Spice, Sporty Spice, and Ginger in like 2 or 3 different outfits. So she had a lot of the Spice Girls. I'm telling you, I begged her for one of these dolls. I begged and begged and begged, and she never would give it to me. And I was so... when I told you we were not friends after that, we were not friends after that. Like, no, I went back to the other room crying and like never would play with her again. I don't think she understood why, but that's why.
She didn't need that many Spice Girls.
Toys.
She did not need that many.
No, I was just like, I was heartbroken.
Like, girl, just one.
Heartbroken. So I'm pretty sure I probably begged my mom for one, but they were expensive.
I'm sure they
then.
were, yeah.
I mean, you own a daycare, yeah. You're making some money.
Yeah,
because you're the only daycare in town, and parents.
She had 10 of the same freaking doll.
I know, but man, I'm sorry for y'all that don't care about Spice Girls that much, but that movie was awesome.
I used to love that.
Like,
I'll have to watch it again.
Yes, I'm gonna have to watch it too. I'm gonna figure out how we can get it. Oh, never mind. I got you. Remember that site. I love Ginger Spice.
I loved her. She was beautiful.
Yeah, for her, she was very beautiful.
Loved her hair.
I think for her, I think it was her hair. I loved her for her hair.
I like Posh's hair too, though.
I didn't. Well, I guess because I
so
liked
straight. Like,
yeah,
but she was so like uptight.
I liked her style.
Yeah, she had good style.
Good style. Scary Spice.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her because, as you found out the last episode, love big cats. And she was always wearing like leopard print and always just
She's
like,
fun
wow.
too. Yeah.
Yes, it's so fun. And her banter between her and Sporty were just awesome. And then of course, Sporty and Baby Spice.
Yeah.
But, man.
You know what your story reminded me of though?
What?
I don't know if I told you before, but when I was like in elementary, this girl asked me to borrow like some of my Barbies. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? Borrow some of my Barbies.
Going.
Well, guess who didn't show up the next day after borrowing my Barbies? This girl moved.
No way. Oh my God.
She moved and she had my Barbies.
No.
She knew what she was doing.
She did.
She did. Got hustled in elementary.
Holy cow. You sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Started so young. Traumatized. I still remember it.
What's a childhood memory that traumatized you?
Never
from another
forget.
Kid.
She took my Barbies.
Damn. Mine was the girl not giving me her Barbie, and here you are just taking it.
It was probably the same girl. She probably took my Barbies.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's what you should have done to her. I just took her Barbies and moved.
Yeah. Oh, she, when I tell you she put them up, she put them up.
Dang.
Yeah, she had them like really up high. She had like a shelf around her room and they were put up there. So, of course, I couldn't get to them. But the extra ones, I don't know. She really hit them. They were gone.
She's smart.
She was. So I was just like, I told her, I was like, I'm not going to take, I wasn't, that's why I begged her. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just going to take your stuff.
Like, I just want
I'm
it.
not Valerie's friend. Well,
Right.
you know. Man. Yeah.
I can't believe that.
What's your favorite Spice Girl? Did you like the Spice Girls?
Did you get hustled as a child?
Yeah. Did you get hustled? That's interesting. And if you're not a Spice Girls fan, I'm so sorry. Thank you for making it through our Spice Girl commentary. Let us know who your favorite. Well, they weren't my favorite like band growing up, but what was your favorite group growing up? Leave that book down below.
So thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious. Crawling in my skin, they will not heal. Shout out.
Black hole sun.
Black hole sun.
Won't you?
See, look, we're good.
This is why we're doing a podcast and not
Singing. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away?
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Black hole sun, won't you come? You got eye boogies.
Yeah. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Won't you come?
Go lay down. Go.